Well, you could say that as the individual comes into the world to experience good and evil and develop holiness, so too society in its history experiences such a variety of events from which it learns, develops a more appropriate view of God. It's a sort of evolution of God in a sense, but more helpfully, it's a development of the consciousness of God in mankind. You can think of it as moving from nature gods to immoral, Greek-type powerful gods. Sorry, ancient Greece, I mean, of course. Warring thunder gods. Tyrannical kings, really, in some spirit realm. To father gods, loving father gods, loving divine mother gods. Dearest friend, the creation universe's battle between good and evil continues, of course, as does our consciousness of what is perfect. Develops from such. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. So, what I'm saying quite simply is that society would benefit by, and has, the development of the understanding of God. If you like, the better the understanding, the better the society becomes. Instead of the warring international disrelationship that Christian states have had, we have a more Jesus-centered story of God. The view of God from that, we'd not have had the strife and straw and war in the same way. You see, things would have been better. Compassionate, each decision-making table, each negotiation, each reaction. I think the outcome would be quite different. The last, well, 10,000 years all the way back, really. The frightening error is where you have a delusion that's realized by many of the people, and their reaction is to wash their hands of God altogether and become secular, disillusioned, negative, unhappy about circumstances, bewildered and astray. Or we have gone astray, each to his own way. One of the ancient prophets said. And iniquity then abounds, you see. That's a disaster. It's obvious, really, isn't it? The best solution to a bad view of God is a better one. rather than wash your hands of the whole business. Pilate in the story remains, just washed his hands of the business, rather than coming to love God. His life a consequence accordingly. One can apparently come so near to the truth face to face in the story, so to speak. But not be rescued by it. How awful. Christianity has spectacularly failed in preserving the story of Jesus, but in the context of an essentially Hebraic, Judaic religion, and the God accordingly, but blocks the view of a loving heavenly dad, locks up the story of Jesus in a theology that is of anything but a loving heavenly Father, all powerful, all loving, but one who divides his creation according to coming up to the mark or not. Base servitude instead of love and compassion. Groveling obedience instead of spontaneous love. Pyramidal organization instead of fellowship. A tyrannical king rather than a loving heavenly dad. How could your people not turn away from God with such a view? What good does this serve? Well, it serves to show what's the wrong way and what is the consequence of such. And you continue in such until your soul cries out that you want the Jesus story, not the Christian religion. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.